What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sakina, and I'm back with another review. This is my review for Ready to Love. This is season 7, episode 9. I'm sorry for the delay, y'all. I know my videos have been super late, but I've been busy these last couple weeks. I was in Maryland one weekend, that delayed my shows, and then I was recovering from that last week, and that delayed my reviews. And then I just came home last night from Ohio. So yeah, I've just been on the move these days, and it's not like a major delay, but I just definitely have been very slow with coming out with my reviews. The energy level is low because I am still tired from, being with my family this weekend and always constantly being on the go. So I'm gonna definitely try to give y'all a little something, but just know I am tired. So just bear with me, please. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this review. So the episode opens up with everybody on their way to the retreat. Remember, this is the retreat week, so we know that some drama is going to be popping up. We see Samson and Sharice, they're driving together. Jamala and Katie, they're driving up together. And Jamala is telling her that, or I think she was saying this in her confessional, that she really hopes that Ra makes his connection with her very known and actually claims her. She's actually anticipating them sleeping together and all of that. So sis got real high hopes for this trip, and I don't think that it's gonna go the way that she planned it to go. We see Mike, Brandy, and Trinika, they riding together, and Brandy does have some reservations because Kayla is going to be in attendance. So she was like, look, if Mike act up, I will quickly be in Samson's bed. And I said, girl, listen, that sounds great, but we know you and Samson don't really have a connection. Y'all just placeholders. Girl, bye with all of that. That's it. Anyway, Swayze and Kayla, they're the first to arrive. And the house is very nice. That house was very nice. I don't know how far out it was from Miami. It looked like they were still in Miami, so I don't know. But the house was definitely laid. Kayla wants both of her men, Mike and Ra, to step up. Why do I keep calling him Ra? She wants him to step up without her initiating any moves. So Sharice, she's also stating what she wanted out of Samson, and she wants him to open up more. But my thing is, Sharice wants Samson to open up so much. But do we really know anything about Sharice, in all honesty? I can't really recall a time where I felt like she was being super vulnerable and opened up. Whereas we know Samson's backstory, really, because he kept telling us the same things in the beginning. But we do know, his humble beginnings, him losing his father, his mom taking care of them collecting pop cans and things like that. So we do know what his upbringing is. So he has been vulnerable in that aspect. It just kind of seems as if she's trying to get him to do something that she really isn't doing, or at least that we're not seeing. Maybe she is more vulnerable off camera on the phones or something like that. I just don't see it, and I kind of feel like, what do we really know about you, sis? I don't know anything that I can recall off the top of my head. LJ isn't there. He won't be there because of work, and I feel like that does suck. But I just feel like, we'll talk about that in a minute. Trinika basically doesn't have anybody to play with because Randall has his hands full. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I could bring it up now. Because Tommy thinks that it's a red flag that LJ is not here. And it's like, if I gotta work, then I have to work. If I'm supposed to be speaking at an event, that's what it sounds like he was supposed to do. So if he has a working thing that he has to do and he has to speak for it, it's like, what's the problem? What's the red flag in that? Y'all wasn't red flagging when Justin was leaving for his grand opening. Like, I didn't like that. And is Ready to Love gonna pay his bills? What if he just couldn't request that day off? I ain't like that. Anyway, I don't know if I said Justice or Justin, because I find myself calling him Justin by mistake, but it's Justice. Whatever. He ain't here no more, so he's irrelevant. The ladies have the power to send somebody home this week, so the game is on. Mike is asking Katie about her one connection, which is Swayze, and was like, this is the only connection that you had throughout this process. And she was like, I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, you're going to have to leave with one person. You can't leave with two. Speaking of the two, baby, your girls is right here. Both Brandy and Kayla were in attendance, and Katie decided to pop shit off. So she was like, you going to have to choose one of these ladies. Actually, Kayla, I want to hear from you, not Mike. What do you and Mike have in common? And before I even look, I'm skipping a whole part. Before we even get into that, Kayla did say that Brandy is more of the wife, whereas Kayla is more of the co-worker, you know, the tempted hot girl at work that's fucking shit up. And Kayla is offended, as she should be, because it's like, damn, why do I have to be like this mistress type of girl? And this isn't the first time that this has been said. Mike said that out his mouth, and then Katie went and said it too. So it's like, damn. Okay, but then Kayla, I also didn't like the fact that you said, okay, so if Brandy is the wife, she must be overweight, unattractive, or whatever she said, that she must be washed up and overweight. And I'm like, your views of what a wife looks like is totally wrong. Like, I didn't like that. Girl, grow up. Anyway, Katie was using this as a way for Mike to speak up. She, you know, did it all in the name of girl code, but we already know she's messy. And the thing is, I'm not mad at her trying to get Mike to be open and honest in front of the ladies, because we know that, yes, he might be saying one thing to Kayla, and then in front of Brandy, he might be trying to flex on her or whatever. And that's obviously what he does. So I appreciate her in this moment. I'm not mad at that. However, it's like, her main focus on this show is drama. She's always in the midst of some type of drama. Focus on your one connection, which is Swayze, because this is something that y'all are here to do. To retreat and focus on connections. Since you worried about Mike's connections, and it's just, you always being a damn pot stirrer somewhere. So that's what she asked Mike and Kayla, what do they have in common? But she wanted to hear it from Kayla's mouth, not Mike's. Mike's mouth, not Kayla. So he says that he never had the opportunity to see it. I think that's what he was saying. I tried to make out what he was saying, but I really couldn't get it. And that's what the closed caption said. It said she never had the opportunity to see it, but I feel like that's not what he said. I don't know. Whatever he said, Kayla thought was a whole bunch of bullshit. She really didn't feel like that was his real answer. If they was on some one-on-one type shit, he would have gave an honest answer. So Brandy is like, oh, so you really do think that he would be honest with you if it was just the two of you? And then Kayla goes and says, I don't know. Girl, you don't know. How do you not know when you just said that you felt like he would give a real answer if y'all was by yourself? Make that make sense. Like, that just did not make sense. Y'all just playing a game. So Brandy was like, this is not the time for people to be doing stuff behind closed door. Be out in the open. We ready to love. We trying to figure these things out. And I said, thank you. So then Kayla realizes at this point that it's not really authentic between her and Mike, because she feels like when they're alone, it's authentic. But when he's in front of people, he's not really being honest. So she doesn't think that he's ready to be honest. And I'm like, girl, he's playing you. And I don't understand why you keep feeding into the BS that he's giving you. And it's like, you know that you don't need to be going after somebody like Mike, because when your friend was on the episode, you were crying because you knew that you were chasing something that is not ultimately going to work out. So you're just playing, wasting time, and setting yourself up to get your feelings hurt with this whole Mike situation. So we see Jamala, she's pulling Randall to the side, and she wants to, what she want to do? She really wants him to make, I don't know what my notes say. I guess she wanted him to make it known that she is his choice. She's bringing up Kayla's room because he was saying how small his room is, and Jamala's room is bigger than his. And she was like, oh, well, Kayla actually has the biggest room. Did you see it? And he was like, do you want me to see it? Like, what was your point in bringing her up? And at this point, he can feel the energy. Like, okay, she's feeling some type of way because he has a connection with Kayla, and he's peeping that. So it's really starting to, like, I guess, turn him off from Jamala. He's just really not liking it, because I feel like, though Randall was saying, I don't understand why she's feeling some type of way about her when I said that I'm for her. Just because you tell Jamala you're for her, that is not confirmation. That's not giving exact words. We need you to use your words and not beat around the bush. So it just, I don't know. It was just a lot. But you could tell that he was definitely not so into Jamala after that conversation, or not really want to be bothered with her in that moment, because he already knew where she was trying to go with it. So he was like kind of cold in the rest of the conversation when they was out on the patio talking about vacation and stuff. So Brandy and Samson, they're having some alone time. And it's very awkward, very silent. And I'm trying to figure out, what is this? Yes, y'all decided to go on an opposites attract type of date. But in all reality, there's nothing there between the two of y'all. The awkward silences was driving me crazy. She asked him, where does he see the two of them after this trip? And he's like, basically, he don't see it. He sees Sharice more of a match for him. He sees a lot of himself in Sharice. And he's saying this in his confessional. He's not saying this to her face. But his top choice is definitely Sharice at this point. And he's not feeling the fact that Brandy could be a little wild and impatient. And I'm just looking at him like, child, please. I don't have to be tame for you. I'm not the girl for you. That's simply it. So we see Swayze and Katie all in the kitchen. They booed up and stuff. And at first I was like, okay, this is a little cute. But then I realized he was roughly affectionate. Like, you grabbing her neck like that from the back. Like, it's okay. Like, if he just want to guide me, just hit me like that. Like, he like yanking her up, about to break her damn neck. I'm like, oh my gosh, can you be a little softer? And then he gave her a kiss and it was kind of rough. Like, bruh, tone that aggression down. I just didn't get it. We know that Katie and Sharice, I just thought about this. They was in the same, area in the house and all of that, but they not really talking. Katie was throwing me off because I'm like, girl, you in Miami. It's supposed to be hot, but you got on a beret like it's November. I was confused. Anywho, Trinica and Randall, they have a conversation. Randall admits that they don't have enough time together. He said it's not that they don't have enough, that it's not that he doesn't want time. Basically, he just got too many women to be juggling, to be carving out time. But she said that she's not bothered by his other connections, and she likes to think before she acts. She likes to learn from her mistakes and all of that. And he said that that's the most time that they have spent together, them sitting there on that couch. And he said that he really felt her in that moment. And at this point, he's conflicted. He didn't go into the house feeling like she was necessarily the strongest connection, but he is definitely feeling a spark between the two of them. And in this scene, Trinica was giving somebody's mama who worked the late shift. Girl, I understand you want to be cozy, comfortable, but you need to be cute as well, because you're supposed to be in this retreat with your man or your crush or whoever connection you want to call it, and you showing up with some shoes that kind of look like Crocs but kind of look like sneakers, some damn capri workout shorts. She just looked ran down. I'm like, damn, girl, like, it's okay. You see how I'm, look at me. I ain't got no lashes on. I ain't got nothing on, just bare skin. That's it. That's me. I put on a little jewelry, a little score, tied up my braids. I'm looking casually cute. Sis, you was looking very done over the day. Tired, ready to take a nap, ready to go lay down. Okay, that's what she was looking like. Like that trip to the house had done took her out and she didn't have any more energy to give. Girl, I'm gonna need you to be looking a little more put together, sis. I'm not saying that she an ugly girl or she was looking a mess. She was just looking a mess. Anyway, where I'm at, because I done lost my notes talking about her. Kayla, Simpson, and Sharice, they're at the jacuzzi. They're having a conversation. So Randall joins them in the conversation. And shortly after that, Jamala and her body yaddy. She has a very nice body. I didn't know she was working with all of that. That body is banging. I just hate that she, put her bathing suit into that mesh one piece. I didn't like that. Like, girl, take that off. You look a little smushed, but that body is still poking through. So she joins, and she is not too fond of Randall and Kayla and their interactions, because Kayla is all up on him. She got her arms on him. She rubbing the back of his head. She's definitely making it known, like, you see this right here? This me right here. And Jamala ain't having that. So they all decide to leave and go into the house. Now, Randall and Kayla, they leave together. Jamala is not feeling this. So, Kayla and Randall, they go into his room. And at this point, Jamala is just walking around the house. You can tell she feels very out of place. She's very bothered by the fact that Kayla and Randall are together. So she like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to find them because I'm territorial, and she basically want to claim what's hers. So she goes, like, wiggles between the cameraman from the door, go and grabs her hat and her things that she left in his room, and then leaves out. And at this point, Randall is very annoyed because, again, he's peeping her actions and the reasons why she's doing what she's doing. So he's automatically turned off. And before that, though, but I wanted to mention this. Before Jamala came in the room, Kayla plopped on the bed and she started doing all of this giggling. And then she was like, baby, get dressed. Like, they're waiting on us. And I was like, that was very unnatural. That was fake. That was forced. That was phony. And all of that giggling that you was doing, that confirmed to me that Kayla does think that this is a game. I feel like she's doing this to make Jamala mad. She knows that Jamala is not really, though she does not owe Jamala anything. It's just the way that she came off in that scene. It was so fake, forced, and just so unnatural. I was like, girl, babe, get ready. They're waiting on us. Doing all this giggling. And what was funny? I feel like you knew that you was getting under her skin, and all of that laughing and stuff was like you adding fuel to Jamala's fire. Was I the only one who caught that? Just more of a game rather than her actually having a real connection with Randall. Anyway, Randall was annoyed because Jamala came and picked up that hat. And he just feels like she's not acting secure. And they both signed up for this process, so why are you even acting like that? And then Kayla goes and says, why does she have her stuff in your room anyway? Why are you asking that? Because this is not your nigga. Neither one of y'all are with this man. So I don't understand why you even felt like it was okay to even ask him that. Ooh, it's just the strangest thing to me. We see that Trinika, she FaceTimes LJ. And they're having a conversation. It was very brief. You know, she talk about, you missing all of this. Girl, okay. I'm really not seeing all of that. Like, I mean, she got body. Don't get me wrong. She got assets, but I don't like the way she puts herself together. Those big, chunky, mid-2000 earrings that she be wearing, those earrings give me 2010, 2009. Like, those earrings are so played out, so dated. They so big. Girl, you be wearing them when you don't even have nothing on. Like, you be chilling with them big ass earrings on. I just don't, her aesthetic really be bothering me. And I don't want to be too hard on her, but I really feel like, girl, you age yourself when you don't put yourself together properly. Like, get you the proper accessories. I didn't like what she wore to the group dinner. Like, her bathing suit wasn't ugly, but I don't know. I just always feel like her clothes just always look all over the place. Her clothes don't compliment her. Let's say that. Anyway, where I'm at. Everybody gathered around. Yeah. No. Yeah. Trinika and LJ, they FaceTime, and she was saying that he missed all of this, and he was like, he did prioritize work over love. That is something that he is very guilty of. And I'm like, okay, well, if you can admit that you've done that in the past and you're still doing it now within the ready to love process, then are you really ready to love? We have the answer right there. Samson and Sharice, they're having a pointless conversation. They're talking about, I don't know, some damn feet. It was very pointless, connectionless. She feels like he's not opening up. He's not. He's joking a lot. And I just really don't see it for the two of them. And I'm like, y'all keep questioning if this is long lasting. If you feel like you have to constantly question somebody opening up and things like that, then that should tell you everything that you need to know. I'm just over that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm working at the same time, so I keep looking at my work laptop. But we see that Jamala and Randall, they have a conversation after she, went into his room and all of that. So she asking if he want to cook with her. And he's like, I don't want to cook shit. He's upset because he peeps game about what she has going on and, how she's feeling in a certain way. And he's telling her, you cannot control everything. So then she getting an attitude like, I'll come in here and she's touching your scrotum and all of this. I'm like, girl, what? When did this happen? Because we ain't see none of that. And Randall was like, girl, you need to chill. Like, that wasn't even the case. I feel like the way that Jamala is reacting, it could be one that she is territorial and she did let us know that it came from her mouth. Or Randall could be saying one thing behind closed doors and then doing another. Like, he's probably reassuring her, like, I'm leaving this process with you. We locked in, olive juice and all. But then he gets in front of Kayla and, you know, kind of turns up a notch. But I feel like, or is acting different. But at the same time, the issue with Jamala that makes me upset is the fact that she does see Kayla as competition or a threat to her and Randall's connection. So then, instead of just keeping it player, because I understand that is your only connection in the house, instead of keeping it playing and just allowing him to explore the many connection that he does have, she kind of smothers him. Like, with the candle thing, you heard that Kayla kissed him. So it's like, oh, okay, well, now on our date, I'm about to go in, I'm about to go hard. I'm about to, you know, just try to make it known that I'm the girl for him. Olive juice, you know, I'm gonna go in there and get a kiss in. You know, she ain't about to be trying to trump me, trying to get one over on me. So she's looking at Kayla as competition. And then you see them together at the jacuzzi, and then you go and be in the midst of them. Meanwhile, you see that Kayla is being super affectionate. You see that they go to the room together, his room together, and then you go and fake go get your hat and storm off so you can make your presence known and make it known that you see them. You need to learn how to let him get his connections, let him figure it out, and you go about your business. Because this is giving me flashbacks of DC with Moomin, Sabrina, and Walter. And remember how Sabrina and Walter was at the at the piano, and then she came in and intruded? Moomin came in and intruded. That's exactly what Jamala was doing with the whole jacuzzi situation, and then coming into the room. Girl, you have to let him figure that out on his own. You trying to make him make you top priority or make you the number one, and you forcing that upon him, or you make yourself always present when he's trying to talk to Kayla or Trinika, whoever, that's going to turn him away. He's not going to want to be around you. Anywho, everybody gather around to eat. Samson's asking what brought everybody to this point of life for them to be ready to love. And Trinika goes and shares her story. She said that for a decade, she had been trying to find love and it just wasn't working out. So last year, for 3 months straight, she cried and she had to really get herself together. She had to work on herself before she could be ready to love somebody else. And Randall is moved to tears. Now, he was saying that, you know, he knew that it was going to be something deep. He was saying all of that in his confessional. And then we get back to the actual scene, and I think it was Kayla or Jamala. One of them was like, oh, he crying. And I'm looking like, now he dropping tears. I didn't feel like it was that deep. Maybe they edited something out. Like, I understand, you know, she was working on herself. All of that, that's good. But I was confused. But, okay, it was his time to share the floor. He said his last relationship was 4 years ago. He had written out all of his dreams and his goals, and he had accomplished all of them. But he realized that he didn't have anybody to share it with, and that's when he realized that he's definitely ready to love. And Brandy said that she never been in love. She's ready to love. She deserves it. And I feel her on that. So then Mike is saying that I've already experienced something that a lot of you all want, which is marriage. He had the opportunity. He was blessed enough to marry his high school sweetheart. And, you know, they got a divorce. But he's hoping to find his soulmate again. And I was looking at Mike like, okay. Actually, like that you said that. You gave praise to your ex-wife. You know, you admitted that that was your soulmate. But now you're looking to, you know, start a new journey with somebody else. You're looking to, you know, remarry and all of that. So I did like the fact that he said that, and not something ignorant and annoying like he typically does. But Brandy is definitely looking at him in a different light as well. We later see him and Randall have a conversation about him juggling multiple women, Randall juggling multiple women, and how he's realizing that Jamala isn't the person that she portrays herself to be. She's very fragile in the inside, and he does admit in his confessional that he's not the greatest with communication, so that is something that he is trying to work through. So maybe he's realizing that he isn't making himself very clear on certain things when it comes down to Jamala, so maybe he's going to make it work. We get down to the deliberation, And Swayze and Samson, they in the bottom. I did want Samson to be at the bottom because I feel like Samson is that guy who was very charismatic, and he's very adaptive. He can talk to any woman and make them feel like they're the only girl in the world. I feel that from him. And the question is it genuine? Especially because, like I said, he does a lot of the same things for a lot of the women. So he's in the bottom. Swayze's in the bottom because a lot of the women just simply don't have a connection with him. His only connection is Kadian. Now, when they were talking about who was going to be in the bottom, I thought it was funny that Kayla said that she never had a connection with Swayze. You're lying. Y'all had a connection earlier on. Did it go anywhere? No, but y'all definitely had something, or y'all were acting like y'all were very interested in each other earlier on. So that was just very strange that she said that they never had a connection. So Brandy is the one who had to let them know that they were in the bottom, and as she's getting ready to say who is going to get sent home, Tommy interjects and says, I'm going to take it from here, and I'll let you know who's going home. So then they leave us with a big to be continued. And we already know that Samson is staying. I don't know if they're going to get rid of LJ because LJ has been in the bottom this whole time. And then on top of that, he didn't show up. If they do send him home, I don't think that that's fair because they kept Justice around when he made it very clear that he wasn't interested in the women, and he left the mixer to go to a grand opening without even talking to anybody. So I don't know. I mean, it would make sense for them to send him home though, because he has continuously been in the bottom. Trinika at this point is his only connection, but I'm feeling like Trinika could really go, but the way that they're making it seem, it's kind of like she's gonna slide up in there at the last minute and really shake something. Like she's shaking things up between Randall and his connections. I don't feel like Randall and Kayla are going to go anywhere. So yeah, I think he's probably going to choose between Trinika and Jamala because there's more of a deep-rooted connection compared to Kayla, like I said, who gives this is a game for her, and we haven't seen any depth out of her either. We ain't seen a lot of depth in a lot of these people. I'm over this season, y'all. I'm really ready for this season to wrap up. This has been like the weakest. The last couple seasons have been weak, but I feel like it has been extremely tired. No chemistry between a lot of the people. Anyway, let's get down in the comments and talk, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this review along with the episode. Who do y'all think is going home as far as the ladies go? We know that the ladies week is coming up. I said Sharice can go home. Trinika can go home. Yeah, Kadian could still go home if you ask me. But those are the three people that I'm feeling like could go home next. Let's get down in the comments and talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.